to Kenny's Claggy Garage. If you don't know it by now, my name is Kenny. Now, before I send you along with the part 2 video of the Johnson here, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's watching, but please leave a comment. Is it good? Is it bad what I'm doing? I would love to hear some constructive criticism, if you can say that. Keep a good tone, but please let me know what you think about my videos, because I cannot improve if I don't get any feedback. So please, if you want, leave a comment, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and subscribe. But at the end of the day, I just want to say thank you for watching. Please enjoy part 2 of the Johnson.
So the timer just ran out, and we're actually higher on temperature than requested. So I don't know. What do we have in here for soup? Well, the float does the float thing. So that's nice. Feels fine. So yeah, the float floats. That's good. Yeah. Well, this is still really stuck. So yeah, we got something to deal with there. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna hit it with some water, and then yeah, put it back together and see if I can get this moving as the last thing, and then I think it's good to go. So I'm just tidying up some loose ends. The gas tank is back on, as I mentioned, and then I put on this soap hose from a washing machine or something. And this is for sure going to crumple and get weak when I introduce fuel tomorrow, I think. And I think I need a zip tie up here, and I think I got it. I don't know how well you can see. It looks to be pretty crushed around the barb there. So it's exactly the same setup as before. A much too big hose for a much too small inlet. So it's just honky-dory. I've also cleaned up the spark plugs a little bit. And now I'm gonna put them in. Sorry. In some random order. So that tomorrow I can try to fire up the engine. I still need to see if the pull start will actually turn over the engine. It wasn't before, and I don't really know why, because I haven't changed anything. I just took off the hood and saw that I didn't screw up as bad as I thought, but yeah, I don't know why it wasn't turning over. Maybe I should put the hood on also. I could also just turn it with a drill to see if it will run tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. So, spark plugs back in, gas tank back on, carburetor back on, and how can I show you that? And it is working now, because when I pull the throttle on the engine, the roller actually moves and activates the throttle on the carburetor. Whoopum! So that's just what we want to see. Now, I think I'm going to take off the lower part of the leg, maybe drain the oil first, and take off the lower parts to check on the impeller to see if there's even an impeller in there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. While the oil is draining, I'm looking at the pull start, and I wasn't all it wasn't all correct what I said, that it works fine, because it really doesn't. I don't know if I can do this with only 2 hands. Yeah, now it engages. I think the way this thing works is that the centerpiece here is fixed, and these 2 springs that activates the wing here, I think they're supposed to jam up in this groove, and if they are not jamming up when you pull the pull start, it will not kick out that wing. So it's not kicking it out every time, but yeah, I'm not sure how to adjust that if possible. Yeah, well, that's the deal anyways, so I'm also gonna take a look at that, and I hope I can get this to work also. Now I'm going to jinx it, because I just fixed it, now I set it, so now it of course will not work. I just shot some oil on the pin here so that the wing can this is the wing, so that the wing can move a bit more freely. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 10 times it just kicked out the wing, so that's 100%. So that's good enough for me. I'm gonna call that fixed. Moving on. So I think we're done draining here. This is the oil. It looks pretty black. Looks like and really thick. Looks like engine oil from a diesel. It feels fine. I don't see any water, so that's a good thing. So as far as I can see, the lower unit sits by 2 bolts, which takes an 11 millimeter. I don't know if that's metric, but 11 millimeters in metric. And these actually came loose pretty easy, so I don't know if someone has been in here recently. For whatever reason. So it's a few days later, and it's after New Year, so I hope you all had a very happy New Year. Now I've had some spare time just here and there, and I actually decided to put the lower unit back on again, because hands down I couldn't figure out how to get the gear shifting linkage off, so I could remove the lower unit. But what I could see was, yeah, when thinking of the bolts being that loose and the impeller housing, I could see in there it looked fine. So I'm not going to go through a lot of trouble figuring out how to get the shift linkage off without knowing that there is a problem. So I simply just put it back on again. I'm gonna fill the lower unit up with oil, because that doesn't matter, I can take it off again, and I don't believe it will run out. And then I'm going to, I've cleaned the tank a couple of times. not perfect, but it's a lot better. So I'm gonna put in some oil in the lower unit and try to put some gasoline in the tank and see if we are leaking, which we probably are. And then I think I'm going to put the hood back on to see if this thing will run for the first time in who knows how long. So yeah, fresh oil, gasoline, maybe figure out a bottle of water or something, because I don't know the state of the impeller, but we don't want to ruin it if we can help it. I hope I have enough here. This is the bottle from last year when I bought the other Johnson for my 13-foot boat, which got a new impeller and some fresh oil in the bottom lower unit here. Why? There we go. So let's see how far we get with this. There we go. It's a bit cold today, so the oil is a bit on the stiff side. It seems to be going in just fine. So anytime now, because I think we are running really low on oil in the bottle here. Oh no, we are running out. No, here we go. Nice. This was nice. Got me scared for a minute there. So ready with the big one for when I unscrew this. Well, maybe just why is this so difficult? That was. So I can buy a new bottle of this because now I got 2 engines that need this oil, so that's just great. Double the engines, double the expense, right? Yeah. So that's the lower unit taken care of. So now, should we see how much of a mess we can make by putting in some gasoline? And if the hose is even going to take the gasoline, because as I said, it's from I think it's from a washing machine or something. So I don't have anything up here. It's just pressed onto the barb, and I got the hose clamp here that was on the old hose. So yeah, I'm just gonna put in a little bit, just enough that it will run through the hose. Yeah, you got a nice spot there to see. Funnel and my very petite little tank of two-stroke fuel that I have mixed myself, so that the mix is just perfect, of course. So here we go. I'm really excited to see if this hose will hold up. Yes, of course we are leaking there, of all places. Great. So this is fuel enough that it will run to the carburetor. But it is just running out like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. But what did I expect? Okay, where's it going? It's going somewhere. Hmm. It's overflowing the carb, of course. Well, this was a stupid decision. Well, that's what I do. Stupid things. So let me do something about that. So I tried my worst, putting a zip tie on here and tightening it as much as I could. And it is on there, but I don't know if it's enough. So I'm just gonna tip the engine back down and do one of these. I took the spark plugs out just for better access. So let's see. Yeah, still leaking. Well, is it? Sorry. Is it? Is it? Did it stop? No. Well, that's annoying. I gotta get some hose clamps. Well, shoot. So that was a complete fiasco, just as expected. And but I managed to catch most of the fuel that I put in the tank, and that has not overrun. This is actually what came out of the carb from tipping the engine over. And it seems to be holding now because we've got fuel in the line. So I guess the float and needle and seat are doing the needle and seat and float stuff. So yeah, I know I don't got the water hooked up, but we don't have that much fuel either. But I really want to see this thing run. So I think I'm gonna put you over here. And then I think I'm going to try and run a drill and see if this thing will make some noise. Just so I know that it will run. And I hope we got spark still. I mean, nothing has changed since the last time, but this thing seems a bit temperamental, so I don't know what mood it is in today, just like the wife. So I should rig up something for the fuel line so I can use the throttle. Or is it just going to stay on its own? Yeah, looks like it. So choke, no choke. We've got choke. I'm scared. Did you hear that? This is going to run. No choke. Do we need choke anyways? No choke. So what's happening? Do we need more throttle and choke? It is trying. No choke. Some fuel is disappearing. I don't know where it goes. Do we have a leak in carburetor? Huh. I wonder if the shut-off valve is closed. I cannot see what position it should be in. Only choke. Should we try the other position? There. I did see some bubbles coming up, so maybe no fuel. Let's try again. No choke. Choke. It sounds like it is trying. It's getting better, I think. No choke. Do we need more speed on the drill? Well, that was really quiet. So why isn't it? Why doesn't it keep running? Wow! It actually sounds great. Does it need more? We are at no choke and almost full throttle. Choke. So, is the gasoline closed now? Yeah, Now we are getting fuel. Now we maybe don't need choke anymore. It sounds great. It's actually really quiet. Mmm, the smell of two-stroke. Well, success. I hope it ran out of fuel. So what's cooking up here? That's a smart move. Dripping fuel on the now hot engine. Well, if it does catch fire, well then I guess it goes out there. Well, let's hope it's not going to catch fire. It runs. That's nice. I'm so happy. I paid 50 kroner for this. So this is a win. And the drive even works. Yeah, I know I ran it for more than 2 nanoseconds with no water, so now the impeller for sure is ruined, and 8 unicorns are going to die. And yeah, let me know in the comments how stupid I am because I ran it without water. You don't have to, because I know I'm looking in the mirror every day. So, well, it runs and it sounds really nice. I'm so happy. So I guess I just have to find. I guess I just have to find. um, come on, brain. A hose clamp, or maybe I should buy a set of hose clamps because I don't have any of those. I'm not Musty One, unfortunately. Have you seen that guy? Have you seen Musty One's channel? If you don't, do it, because I promise you that guy can make you a working engine out of an old coffee can and a chicken heart. He can make anything run. So I'm back, and I've bought some hose clamps, and I don't know if you can see it, but I clamped this one so hard that I began to twist the screwdrivers, yeah, lengthwise. So if it's not holding up now, I don't know what is. Then it must be something else. So let's try it. I'm gonna pour in some gasoline again and wish for better luck. So now we got fuel up to here, and the pickup is down there or something. It doesn't seem to be leaking now. And I can, but I don't think that any fuel has gotten in there yet. Why not? Well, yeah. Why won't it run down there? I don't know. No. Well, at least it's not pissing out yet. So that's a good thing. Yeah. we'll give it a couple of minutes. I'm gonna see if I can find a bucket or something, and then try and run it to see if the impeller works. So I just cut off the top of an old coolant container, and I ran around outside and emptied all the small pools of water. And the time is 20 past 9, oh sorry, 20 past 8, and my closest neighbor is right in there. So now is a perfect time to start up the engine again, to see if the cooling works, or the impeller I should say. And if, I don't really know why the fuel does not run to the carb, but of course if the ball is full of fuel, then the needle and seat has closed, and then it won't allow fuel to flow, I guess. So last time today, yeah, let's try. And again, make one of these. Joke. Well, the exhaust for sure is coming out. I didn't see, as I understand it, these 6 holes here is both the exhaust and the telltale, and I didn't see anything. Let's try again. Well, it's running out of fuel. I don't know why it's not picking up fuel now. Maybe this is a job outside. Yeah. I'm gonna call it for today. Yeah, I've opened the vent, and fuel is for sure above the pickup, but it's not flowing. Well, yeah, that's it for today. See you next day. So it turns out, to big surprise, that I'm stupid, because for an impeller to work on an outboard, guess what? The water level actually has to be above where the impeller is. And I don't know how well it shows in the previous clip, but the water level in that little bucket is actually only down to here, and the impeller is up here. So guess what, stupid? No water is going to the impeller. But now I have this nice barrel here with free water picked up from the tarpaulin on my boat, and water puddles around the property. No. So now I'm gonna try again to see if the impeller is working, because if it is, yeah, you get the deal. I already had the engine running a little bit before this clip,
So should be fairly easy to get running. We'll see. We've got fuel leaking everywhere. I don't really know. I don't know how much water is supposed to come out of those 3 holes, but we aren't getting a lot of water, so maybe it needs cleaning out. Well, some water is coming out because it just sprayed all over my hand. So, yeah, I don't know. So I just got it to idle really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to investigate a little further because I don't know if that water coming out of these holes is enough. Yeah, the engine do get a bit hot, but they do, don't they? yeah, maybe something needs cleaned out. I think that was the case with the other Johnson I have, where everything was okay except for the water level to begin with. And I just blew some compressed air through the telltale port. So yeah, maybe we'll do that with this also. Wow. Success. So the power of YouTube community really showed its face here. A guy named Soft Hypon, I hope it's the right pronunciation, wrote a comment saying that it was a pressure fitting. So I thought, okay, if it's broken, you cannot break it. So I took a pair of vice grips, clamped real hard, and just twisted it while pulling away the lower unit, and would you believe that? It came right off. There was also a guy named Charlie. I don't know if you are a joker or he's this guy named Charlie said that I could just what was it? Untighten the reach around. And I am familiar with the term reach around, and it has nothing to do with outboard engines, and he suggested that I could just Googled what is a reach around. And again, it has nothing to do with outboard engines, at least not in my area. So, well, the lower unit came off, and it's really, really nasty and ugh. The shaft is really nasty. Get it? Well, the housing itself doesn't look cracked, so that's a good thing. But let me clean it up a little bit because it's ugh. So I just did some stroking on my shaft here to clean it up a little bit, and also down here so I could actually see the bolts. So yeah, let's see if they will come loose. This one is a bit difficult because it's on a bit of an angle. I don't know. It's 8mm. Oh, doesn't feel that good. Or maybe I'm just scared. This doesn't feel good. That one is really tight, even though it has come loose. But maybe that's just how it is. Well, the one on the back came out and it does not appear to be broken. So maybe that's luck with this one. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just look at this a little bit. Well, we got it. I hope. Yeah. It's not broken, so that's perfect. So let's see if we can get the housing off. Yeah. And see if there is even an impeller in here. Yeah, and it's chewed up. It's bad. So let me get the housing off if I can. Maybe I need to grind a little bit on my shaft. Well, okay. Oops. Oops. Well, I ended up taking the shaft out from the bottom altogether. So let's see here. Does that look nice or what? No. Well, water could get up here. So, yeah. This needs cleaning. And the shaft itself is is the impeller supposed to be so stuck on here? Well, look at it. Focus. Half of a wing is missing there. And it's just, this is starting to go also. So yeah, we are certainly due for a new impeller. And the bits that are missing is it possible that could have gone up through the pipe here and being stuck somewhere. Well, yeah, I'm gonna work a little bit more trying to get the impeller off the shaft and take a look at the housing and stuff. I got it off, and it's really sad. Again, one wing is missing and this one is on its way out. And I think I just found, where did it go? I think I just found the rest of the wings. They're up there. At least that's what I think. I could also just take the metal cup out. Because they do come out. If I remember how well, it's not like that. So I found the missing pieces. They were up here. The big piece was glued, had glued itself onto here and was actually looking like it was a part of the housing, like a flange going past this edge. And the other one, the small one, was just buried all the way down there in the bottom. So that's good. The plastic housing and the cup looks fine for what I can see. So just the impeller, if you can get just the impeller, because it's really tight. How do you like my shaft? It's not perfect, but it's looking a hell of a lot better than it did before. So, new impeller, some cleaning, and also down in here. It's looking really nasty in here. I'm gonna do something here also, and then put it back together again, and then I hope we're good enough. Good enough. Yeah, I actually think that it was working, because again, Mr. Stupid behind the camera here does not know things that well. So these holes just go straight through into the leg. So it's just whatever water can get out that is not getting out of the exhaust down here. So maybe it was working, but a new one does not hurt. So let's give this old girl a bit of love, and then wait for some better weather so we can get out and try it out. Yeah. So I'm done cleaning here. It's not perfect and never will be, but it's a hell of a lot better than before. All this nasty stuff was in all the crooks and crannies in here. So yeah, A new impeller getting ordered. So the new impeller showed up. So let's open the box and see if it's the right one. Of course, as always, when I order parts, I order the cheapest one I can find. Let's see here. Yeah, well, it looks sort of the same, doesn't it? You cannot see shit. There we go. Apart from this being broken, well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's try it. This feels much better. So it's looking good, I think. And actually, well, the gasket is not correct, and there was no gasket. Oh well. Now I'm just gonna put it back together the way I took it apart, which was from the bottom of the shaft, because I managed to yank it out of the lower unit, and this is probably totally wrong, and I totally don't care. Because it's me that's doing this, not you. So let's see if we can line up the splines downstairs. Looks like it. There? Yeah, looks like it. So now for the housing. So this is forward, so the propeller must go this way. I'm gonna have to loop this up a little bit, because otherwise I will destroy the new impeller. This is soap water. Yeah, seems to have done the trick. So now just for the fun task of see if I can find the holes. So I got both. I got both. Idiot. I got both of the bolts started, I hope. And I'll just hope that they go in without destroying anything. And after this comes the joyful task of of the gear shift linkage. One thing was to take it out. That was actually the easy part. Another thing is to hit that hole in there again without being able to see anything. But I got two kids, so I have done it twice. Joke there. No, let's just get this stuff done. Now, soap water is squeezing out back here, so I guess that's tight enough. There we go. Can I still rotate it? Yeah. That's good. It's working already. That's great. It's blown bubbles. Now, this was just to give it some extra because I reckon I have to turn it a little bit before everything is back where it's supposed to be. So it's just to give it something extra. I think I got it. I didn't film it because I just knew that it was going to be a struggle. The design itself is a genius, I think, but it's just totally awkward that you have to line 3 pieces up with each other at the same time, and they are all just flopping around inside. So I think I got it. I'm just tightening up the bolts here. I know for sure that the cooling pipe is in now. That was the last bit. But now I've had it apart a couple of times already. So now I'm just curious if the gear shifter works. It makes the right sound at least. So let's try it out. So I'm just gonna lower it down. So I just lowered the engine down, and I'm gonna pull the string a couple of times and try to select forward and neutral and see if the prop does the prop things. So this should be neutral. Looks okay. Forward. Yes! So we are out in the weather again, and it's a bit miserable. So yeah, sorry if there's a lot of wind noise and road noise, but yeah, let's make it quick, see if it will even start again, and see if that new impeller did the trick. If there's any difference. Now I know the impeller is new, so I figure it works. I can already see the difference. More water is coming out of those holes. So I guess, yeah, a lot more. Well, to put it in gear was too much apparently. Okay, some adjustment is needed on the carb, I'm sure, but now the impeller works and the rest will have to wait until better weather where we can go out with the dinghy and do a proper sea trial. So this was it for the little Johnson. Thank you for watching. I hope you continue watching and press the bell and do all the stuff. I'm really happy if you do, and it helps more than you think. So until next time, be safe.